it's hockey weather in the air. What a night to watch the black and gold hit the ice. It is time to go here on EA Sports. Both these teams look ready to go, as does the official. Let's bring it on. The Blues will look to go on the offensive as they win the opening draw. And that's picked up by Geeky. The Blues gain control of it. St. Louis moves ahead with the puck. And he takes the feed. Gets the full use of his stick on the poke check. Drills them.
Some players get into the game by physically engaging early. There's a fine line there, but that was executed perfectly.
Sends it ahead to Bushnevich. Nice zone entry from the middle. Fires it. Cuts him away. And they'll battle for that loose puck along the boards. The Blues gain control of the puck against the wall. Thomas plays it against the boards. Great save by the goaltender on that one. Geeky's lugging the puck. The Blues look to start the transition game. Loses possession after he takes a little hit. That's blocked by Binnington.
Well, that's an impressive hit early in the game here, James. You know what that says to me? Engagement. It says, I am engaged. I want to dictate the pace of play of this game.
Lots of time left in this period. We've still got zeros on the board. And they take possession here in the offensive zone, and time to go on the attack. Great read by the goalie as he pokes it away with a stick. The Bruins take possession here in the open ice. There's the whistle, icing the call, big face-off looming. Shooters got the puck, and they'll go on the attack.
Center bears down on that bottom hand, a clean win, and you can see them all setting up, looking to attack the net against this tired group.
Boston's moving it up the ice. There's a shot, blocked in front. Along the boards, they battle for the puck back and forth. The Bruins have it against the wall. Caught into the glove by Binnington.
Well, you don't make the save if you're not dialed in and focused. That's exactly what he is. He's following the puck and just makes that save. It's incredible, really, because you got to be athletic to be able to react that quickly.
Boston's going to start with the puck inside the offensive zone. And he makes a save on that play. Slides it diagonally to Sundqvist. Moves the puck. Boston's got a hold of it along the wall. Ahead of steam now towards the front. St. Louis tries to break out from their own end. Moves it quickly over to Holloway. And now he tries to get it across to Sundqvist. Broken up at center by Minton. St. Louis has possession of it now. Cuts to the front. Oh, Thomas with the save. I think he got the blocker on it.
These are the small space skills that some of these athletes have nowadays. They work on it continuously in practice. But to maintain possession while you're being jostled and shoved around, it's incredible to see the hand-eye coordination and the balance and the sequence to take it to the net.
Moves it to Corrali. Dumps it in. Pulls a little. It's good! And a great start for the home team here.
Now there's an old quote, chance favors the prepared mind, and I'm telling you, James, it just looked like they were ready from puck drop, and a quick strike gets the fans a-blaring. You know, it's interesting here. I'm not even sure in the video room if the coach will show the goal, but I know for sure they're going to show how they got possession of this puck. And it's the initial contact. You got to hit, it's got to be clean, it's got to be hard, and you've got to disrupt it from the player. It's exactly what happens, and they're able to maintain possession to even get an opportunity on net.
The Bruins have to be feeling good about themselves. They have been pushing and pushing to start this one.
James, they're emotionally charged as they're at home, they're playing their opponent, and they started right from puck drop, and that emotion was transferred or channeled into their feet because they've been all over the ice with their legs under them.
From the left side, Lots of hockey left to be played in this period. The Bruins lead it 1-0. Sakas won the draw here in the defensive zone. And it's stolen by Shen. And the puck stopper jumps on top of it to get a stoppage in play. St. Louis wins the draw. Now let's see what they can do with it.
Oh, he stops that one. That was served up with a whole lot of spice.
Sooners won the draw. St. Louis takes hold of the puck. Taken along the wall by Shen. Shot attempt completely falls on that. Quick pass to Steves. Absolutely levels him. And now it's over to Shen. St. Louis plays it against the boards. Great heads-up play by the defender.
When you're trailing in a game, sometimes you try and do too much. You're overly aggressive, and you try and do a high-risk, high-reward play, and that's exactly what happens here. Unfortunately, it goes the other way.
Slides the puck over to Parayko. Maintains possession. Forces the turnover. And tries to make a diagonal pass to Husnutinov. St. Louis gains the zone and on the attack. From the back of the cage with the puck. St. Louis has possession of the puck. From in close. Denies him in close. Scooped up along the wall by Husnutinov. The Bruins will play it from the defensive zone. Moves the puck along the half wall. Uses the force on that hit. The Blues move it ahead. Takes it to the net. Good hit to bump him off the puck. Boston's moving it along the wing. Sends it in on the attack. Sends it across the ice. Great read in the offensive zone by Alyssimo. And a great save.
That's a fantastic save by the goaltender, but his team has to do a better job of protecting the middle of the ice. Those high-danger scoring chances eventually go in.
Boston's got it in their own zone. And now it's grabbed by Joseph. Quick feed to Bushnevich. Poroshenko's on the attack in the offensive zone. Turned aside with a glove.
Well, I love this hit here, James, trailing in the game because it provides energy. It provides a spark. But he's trying to elicit response from the rest of his team because if all of a sudden they come out there and shift after shift, they start to impose their physical will, they're going to create momentum, and momentum can carry them back into this game.
The Bruins get a hold of the puck in their own end. Boston's got a hold of the puck now. Pasternak's taking it from his own end. On the attack, they come down the right wing. Here they are on the attack. Fires it on net. Oh, great save here. Picking up steam in the offensive zone. Moves it around along the half wall. Here's a chance. And that's deflected off someone in front. Takes the feed at the point. And there's another stop.
Just fantastic work by the goaltender, making consecutive saves. How athletic.
St. Louis holds the shot advantage here in the first period, yet they still trail in this game. Boston's going to start with the puck in their own end. Oh, he tracks it perfectly in the offensive end. And the puck's booted away. Boston's got a hold of it against the wall. Grabs the puck here at the blue line. He's got a little jump. All alone. Passes it across. Oh, what a save! St. Louis gains a hold of the puck against the boards. Slides it across. Tremendous block on the play.
Well, and the bench really erupts on that one because otherwise it would have been in the back of the net.
That's some smart heads-up defensive play by Costello. St. Louis has it. Forces the turnover in the neutral zone. Boston's got it along the wall. Puck grabbed by Zadorov. Denied by Binnington. And the goaltender grabs that one for a whistle to try to slow things down here. Nearing the midway mark of the period. 1-0 the score. The Bruins win that offensive zone faceoff. St. Louis looks to move the puck from their own end. Kyrie's gain the line and on the attack. Here's a centering pass. And he denies that great opportunity there.
Swayman's dialed in right now. Just have a look at that last save. I mean, he had to be moving extremely well in his crease to be able to get to position to make that save.
Both teams gliding into position, and the official set to drop the puck. And they win the defensive zone faceoff. Great use of the twig as he pokes that one away. Passes it over. Easily turned away by the goaltender with the glove. St. Louis come out here with a lot of jump in the first, but they still trail despite outshooting them. Nice job tying up his opponent. Along the right wing, they enter the attacking area. Gains the zone on the left wing. The Bruins carry it along the wall. Passes it in front, and he shuts down a great scoring chance there. Here's a short pass to Saka. Oh, love the defensive stick work there to poke that one away. Oh, great move to sidestep the check. And he catches that one with the glove. Goaltender covers it up, and we'll get a reset here. Inching closer to the midway mark of this period, the Bruins have taken a 1-0 lead. Smart play to take possession, sneaking in off the wing. The Bruins move the puck in the defensive zone. Gaining momentum along the wing. Reaches out and uses the stick. Gets a hold of the puck behind the net. And that shot dives in traffic. And smacks the puck out of midair. Battle along the wall. St. Louis will play it from behind the net. From the defensive zone, they move the puck around. Sends a pass in front. Oh, he comes up with a stop. And that pass is redirected. The Blues get a hold of the puck in their own end. And he sends it across to Bushnevich. Through the neutral zone now, picking up steam. Shot! Close save, and he handles it with ease.
Binnington's made an incredible save there. Not sure how he kept that out of the net. Just really athletic. I mean, you have to be acrobatic to be able to get to the top of your crease like that. But he read it perfectly to be able to make the save and keep it at bay.
The Blues are still trailing here in this first period despite the opportunities they've had. The Bruins win the draw on their own end. Moves it quickly over to SMO. Shot! And he snags that one with the glove. And we get a whistle as the goaltender decides to hang on to this one. Official signals to the players to get into position, and we're about ready to drop the puck. Bjugstad's won a big draw on their own end. Passes the puck over to Torchenko. Takes the shot. Big save by the goaltender. Cross-ice pass to Lindholm. The Bruins take it along the wing. St. Louis takes possession along the wall. And now they look to make something happen from the neutral zone. Sends it to the middle. And that doesn't connect. St. Louis takes possession of the puck. He scores! Tie game!
Well, you can't worry about what play that generates urgency up and down your lineup. When you see a player be that hard and heavy on a puck, use their size to their advantage, and separate the opponent from the puck, you kind of stand up and you're like, yeah, guy, keep it going. And he finds a way to keep it going and makes a beautiful play that results in a goal.
St. Louis levels the playing field as they answer back here midway through the first.
Yeah, they were able to weather the storm after that first goal was scored against them and find some rhythm back in their game here, James. And coaches will love that. You can see them trying to pump the team up and down the bench here. Now they got the equalizer, Steven.
And that's stolen by Chanel.
And he gets a piece of that one and denies it.
The Blues cross the line and gain the zone. Shot! Can't get it to go. Grabs the puck away. Moves it in front. Off the stick and they can't complete the play. In front and a stoppage on the play as the goaltender covers things up. Still lots of time left here in this frame. You can feel the energy in this crowd. It's a tie game. Sneaks away with the puck after he was tangled up on the draw. Boston's across the blue line. The Blues look to start the transition game. Moves it to Kyrou. Here's a chance. Makes a save.
Swayman's made a great save here. Let's have another look at it. I mean, they're in a high-danger area, and he is so dialed in at the top of his crease. Very athletic to be able to make this save in correct position.
Both centers ready to take the draw here coming up. The Bruins win the draw. And now he passes it to Yoki-Haru. Saka's moving the puck through his own zone. Bruno's going to play it against the half wall. Turned aside by Bennington. And he's pulled over to the ice and loses the puck. Moves the puck to Shen. The Bruins get a hold of it. Just a little too much contact and couldn't hang on to the puck. Great defensive effort with the stick. And he takes the pass. Quick pass to Global. The Bruins take it along the wall. St. Louis looks to get things going now with the puck. Takes a shot. Oh, he's dialed in tonight. What a save on that one. Sent into the offensive zone. Quick feed to Fowler. The Blues are in transition. Here they come on the attack. What a stop with the kick save. Taken by Geeky. Puts it in deep. St. Louis has it near the wall. Along the side, here they come through the neutral zone. Feeds it over. The Blues have it from the corner. Here's a chance. And it's stopped by the glove. Nice play there. Feeds the puck to Kiki. Sends a pass over. The Bruins play it along the wing. The Blues have it against the wall. Streaking into the attacking zone from the right. Drives to the sweet spot. Here's a short pass to Segura. Feeds it to Hrustinov. Oh, relentless pressure, and they come up with the turnover. And now he moves it to Pasternak. And that's a great defensive heads-up to force the turnover. And the puck's not loose. Picked up along the wall by Folk. Boston's got possession here in the offensive zone. Scores! Rips it off the pipe and in the net.
Almost needed a double take there, James. When you hear that sound, sometimes you think it's out, but this one goes in. How many times have we seen this before? The play comes back in your own zone. There's a scoring chance that they're unable to convert on, and you get going the other way, and you're able to execute. It really is a 200-foot game.
The Bruins have gone up by 1 here in the opening frame. How does this now change the complexion of this one?
Well, I think it's really important because they got momentum right now, more jump to their step, and now they'll want to try and stay aggressive and increase that lead, take the momentum, and use it to their advantage.
Looks to pass it to Costello. Oh, look at this. Here they come. They've got numbers. Beatington's opted to hang on to the puck for a faceoff. The Blues have been the busier team offensively with scoring chances, but they still trail in the first. And they take possession after the defensive zone faceoff. The Blues pick up steam and are on the attack. Boston's looking to break out of their own end. Across the line from center. Here's a great use of the stick right there to poke it away. The Bruins get a hold of the puck along the boards. Here they come. Play is whistled dead as the puck goes up and over. Here in the back half of this period, Boston's got the momentum with a 1-goal lead. They'd love to add to that. St. Louis has won the draw and they take possession in the neutral zone. Here's a shot, and there's the save. And a nice takeaway in the defensive end by Lowry.
As an athlete, you always want to try and contribute and get things going for your team, and especially when you're trailing, you want to ignite a spark. Unfortunately, though, he tried it a little too much there, and it gets taken away.
Shot! With the stop. Goaltender covers up and will get a face-off. Officials ready to drop the puck and get things back underway. Sooners won the draw there on the attack. Oh, it's the save! That was a rocket! And they'll get a breather as the goaltender covers it up. The Blues will start off on the attack after winning the draw. No room for that one to get through. Bumped off the puck. Right up the gut into the offensive end. Quick shot. Oh, and somehow he gets a sliver of it and keeps him at bay. St. Louis with possession in their own zone. Picked up along the boards by Suter. Great poke by Kyrou. Can't keep a hold of it after that hit. He grabs the puck here at the point. And a solid stop on the play there. St. Louis has had a lot of quantity thrown at the net, but they haven't had a lot of quality in terms of finish as they trail here in period 1. The Blues win the faceoff. Puck scooped up by Huzmatinov. Puts it on the end. Oh, a little wax on, wax off. What a blocker stop by Binnington. Sends it over to Pasternak. Sends it into the offensive zone. Moves it quickly over to Parayko. Toropchenko's got the puck through the neutral zone. And now it's grabbed by Joseph. Puck picked up by Toropchenko. And he's taken down. The officials aren't signaling for a penalty. Here comes the call. The Bruins are going to be shorthanded, tripping the call.
Everyone's got a role on a team, James, and you got to find a way to execute in yours. And the PK unit has to get in the lanes. They got to find a way to kill this off with the 1-goal lead.
Well, as both teams dig in for the face-off here just moments away, it's our first opportunity to look at the power play unit here.
Well, an opportune time for a power play and to garner some momentum in this game. You're trailing by 1. You've got to find a way to win the draw and get the puck to the net quickly. Open up the lanes and shoot the puck.
Hope everyone's enjoying the game here tonight. Another big face-off here on this power play. Boston's got the win off that draw. Pass across to Peak. possession of it now. Through center. And now he angles it across to Thomas. Boston's got possession while undermanned. St. Louis looks to attack. Goaltender hangs on for the whistle. Corrali's ready for the draws that would continue to try to kill off this penalty. Off the face-off, they take the puck. The Blues gain control of the puck. Oh, how about that for sacrifice?
Well, on a PK, you have to sacrifice, and I love the way that he gets out there aggressively and makes sure that that shot does not get to the net.
The Bruins gain possession of the defensive zone. And they get the puck out of the danger zone. Takes the feed. And a good heads-up defensive play in the open ice. The Blues have it now. Gets the puck over to Holloway. Gaining momentum up along the side. Moves it to Suter. Centering pass in front. Picked off in front. St. Louis has possession of the puck in the offensive end. Scores! And the power play works to perfection as they've tied it up.
Well, the power play unit knew what was at stake. They knew that they had an opportunity to get the equalizer in this game, and they executed perfectly. He's going to get an assist on this play, and it's because he's hounding the puck, and I think his opponent was hearing some footsteps because they knew who was coming at him. And, man, a huge body check that lands in puck retrieval and an eventual play that leads to the goal.
The Blues answer back in timely fashion here, Cheryl.
Yeah, they give up a goal early in the opening frame, not the way they would have wanted to start it, but if they can get out of this period and the score is tied, it is a win. Because when you're looking at the barrel of a team that was all over you, you'll take it heading into the intermission.
What save! We're going to face off after the puck stays covered up. Just here in the late stages of this frame, we are all tied up in this one. And there's a little help from your friends right there from off the wing coming up with the puck. Oh, wow, what an incredible save!
I don't even know how he got to that. That's fierce athleticism to be able to get back to the net and make that save, James.
That was amazing!
Let's have a look at that last save again. It was absolutely incredible. You're under pressure, you're under attack, really under siege, and you find a way to get to the puck. This is the stuff that champions are made of.
Both teams are set. We'll drop the puck here. And they win the offensive zone face-off. Now let's see if they can capitalize. Big time stop there. And now he passes up to Steves. The Blues scoop it up along the boards. Can't connect. Good use of the body on that play. Boston's gained the line and into the zone. Can't stay on his feet after that hit. Pass to Steves. At center ice now. He grabs the puck. Finds some space in the corner. Hammers one from the point. And that ricochets off a twig in front. The Blues play it along the boards. Boston's got possession of the puck. Grabbed along the board by Beecher. Boston's looking to break out. Handles the puck. Directs it on over to Blumel. The Blues take possession in the defensive end. Gains the zone through the middle. Holloway's taken down to the ice. We got a penalty coming up. And let's see what the call is. Espero's going off to the box for 2 minutes.
Well, the official was right there to make the tripping call, and it's a pretty easy one as the stick gets caught up in his opponent's skates. Well, with earlier success on the power play, I think they'll operate in the same fashion, James, in that 1-3-1 setup where they look to work through the flanks because you know they've got some lethal shooters on this team.
Oh, he comes up with a big stop there. And they'll cover it up, forcing a stoppage in play. Thomas is is at the face-off dot and will try to win the draw as we are about to resume this power play. The Bruins take possession off the face-off. Here inside the defensive zone, they get the puck. And they get the puck out. Setting up behind his own net now. Can't get a hold of that pass. Puck battle along the boards. Boston's got a hold of it against the wall. Broken up at center by Buchnevich. Passes ahead from the right side. St. Louis plays the puck along the boards. Comes up with a stop. The Bruins will play it in their own end. From the point, looks to make something happen. Gets it along the wall by Zadorov. Boston's got the puck short-handed. Trying to clear. And the puck is cleared.
Well, you can see the entire PK unit. Their heads are on a swivel, straight line skating, and they're able to get that puck. And because they're looking and aware, they're able to find the white ice and get it 200 feet down.
Sends the pass over.
Oh, he kind of struggled with that one, but he got just enough to keep it out.
And they get some breathing room as the puck leaves the defensive end. St. Louis looks to get things going now with the puck. And that pass attempt is deflected. From the right side, he goes to the middle of the neutral zone. And he uses his reach to disrupt the play. Good fight for the puck along the boards. Here's a chance to clear the puck from his own end. And that's one way to help kill off this penalty as they get the puck out, Cheryl.
Well, when you're on the PK unit, you have to be able to anticipate. They do just that. They're able to retrieve the puck and fire it down the ice. Makes no mistake on the clear, James. Hard and heavy on the stick.
St. Louis will try to make something happen here in the offensive zone. Puck cleared from the defensive end. St. Louis takes hold of the puck. And he serves it across to Fowler.
Aspro's penalty is almost expired.
And just got a piece of it to keep it out.
Great positioning by the goaltender to redirect it to the corner, getting it out of danger.
Clock ticking down here inside the first period. Boston's going to play the puck from behind the cage. Moves it to the offensive zone. Puck grabbed by Pasternak. Here's a chance. Oh, what a save in front. Bjugstad's got it along the boards. Boston's got the puck now. Pasternak's got it along the wing. Turned aside with the glove by Binnington. And the goalie covers up for the whistle. Officials have got both teams ready, and it looks like play is set to resume here. Bjugstad's running off the faceoff. Great pressure to force the turnover by Kiki. Here's a blast. Misses wide. Porchenko's picking up steam. They've got some momentum here. Sends a feed in front. And that's stopped. Nice speed from the right wing. Quick pass to Parayko. And a great heads-up defensive play here. First period is in the books. The next 20 minutes is on deck next here on EA Sports.
Did you know that season ticket holders get special discounts and access to insider information? Check our website for details.
We are about ready to get underway here for the second period. A tightly contested 20 minutes to start. Let's see if this continues here in the second. We've played a period here, Cheryl, and we've had an intermission to collect our thoughts. What do you make of what you see?
Boston's fortunate the game is still tied here, James. They have a minority of shots on net. They're going to have to get at some attack mentality, a sense of urgency, and drive the net.
Still plenty of time left in this frame. We got a tie game. Puck is dropped and he wins the draw here in the defensive zone. Takes the pass. Oh, a good textbook hit there. Angles it over to Pasternak. And now he tries to get it across to Kiki. What a steal in his own end. And there's the whistle icing the call. Both teams readying here for the face-off. Saka's got it, and they'll go on the attack here in the offensive zone. Scores! The go-ahead goal puts them in front.
Well, and this has been trending to happen, James. They've been closing on the puck since an upward trajectory as this game's progressed, and they find the back of the net. As a defender, it is so difficult to defend against power and strength. You combine that with a little bit of leverage and shielding of the puck, and man, you can be in trouble. As evident right here as he drives the net and finishes it off with a goal.
The Bruins are finding that little extra pep in their step here in the second period and have taken a one-goal lead as a result.
Well, they break the deadlock, and that's huge. Now you're playing in front, but I think this face-off and the shift that ensues is critical, James. Now you got your opponent right where you want them. You're back on their heels. Take advantage and try and get another one.
On the attack into the offensive end, right up the gut. Lumel's got it along the boards. And that's blocked from someone in front. From the top of the offensive zone here. Dishes it off. Phenomenal save with the glove to knock it away. Through the neutral zone, moving the puck along the side. Boston's looking to break out of their own end. Picking up momentum across the zone here on the right side. Takes a shot. Stopped by the goaltender. The Blues get a hold of the puck along the boards. They go on the attack through center. Fires it off target. Boston's gained possession. Works it across to SMO. From the point, they take control of it. Slides it across. Taken by Pete. Oh, and it stays out. He got a piece of that one.
Well, the shooter's in a coveted spot on the ice, right in the middle of it with a good look, and he makes an incredible save by getting scared of the puck and turning it aside.
Look out, here they come on the attack. And a nice takeaway in the defensive end by Grover. Tries to feed it over to Kyrou. Takes the return feed. Big hit. There's the whistle. Look at this, Cheryl. Here comes the response.
Well, yeah, and it's response to the injured athlete on the ice. And at times, the game has to govern itself. When a teammate sticks up for you, when they feel like there was an intent to injure, you drop the gloves.
Cheryl, I kind of like the response here, just coming to the aid of a fallen teammate.
Well, yeah, and it's the way that it happened, right? They don't think it was a clean hit, and so now all of a sudden they want retribution. They want to let them know that they can't take action this way, and, they duked it out. Not difficult to see who won that fight. The W goes the road team all the way.
Both coaches seem to have settled down their benches, and both teams are lining up here for the face-off. Minton's won the draw inside his own end. Tries to get it to Chanot. Quick feed to Sundqvist. Oh, look at this. The Bruins have a hold of it in the defensive zone. Gets the puck in deep. Scooped up along the wall by Chanot. St. Louis will play it from behind the net. Sundqvist gaining momentum. St. Louis on the attack. Puck scooped up by Costello. Passed up ahead. St. Louis takes possession at center. There's a shot. Gets in front of it.
Binnington's made a great save, and even better is the redirect to the corner.
Boston's got a hold of the puck now. The Bruins gain possession of the puck here in the offensive end. Puts it on goal. Great save by the goaltender to get a pad on that one. Keeping the puck out of the net. Lots of time left in this period. Boston's got a 3-2 lead at this point. Kuznikov's won the draw, and they'll look to set up. Big-time block on the play.
Well, he's doing what it takes, James. And listen, coach is going to love that one. I expect to see him out here again.
There's the whistle. Offside is the call. The Blues haven't had a lack of scoring opportunities, but they are still behind on the scoreboard. Nice job tying up his opponent. Shakes off the coverage. Went for the dirty dangle and it goes sideways.
Well, he's got such a slick set of hands. He's trying to manipulate his opponent one by one, but he tries one too many, James, and he loses the puck.
The Bruins have it against the wall. Here's a chance to the middle, and it's blocked. Pasternak's got it in the defensive end. And down he goes as the puck goes free. Great extension on his part to poke it away. Quick pass across to Bjugstad. Takes the feed. And that goes off Korzoff up on him. And forces a huge turnover here with the steal.
The Bruins are in a tight game. They got to start making good on all of those interceptions where they've been great spots and finding ways to get the puck. Doing a great job defensively, but they've got to convert.
Gaining steam here on the attack. Avoids the poke check. Oh, one of his teammates was right in the shooting lane there. Picking up some steam at center ice. Here they come on the rush. Glove save made by Binnington.
Well, I love what he's trying to do here, James. He wants to separate the body from puck, and that's exactly what you got to do. You got to play with a competitive edge and an intensity.
Lots of hockey left to be played in this period. Boston's hanging on to this 3-2 lead. Shooters won the draw deep in the defensive zone. Through center along the wing. Boston's got the puck inside the defensive zone. Right up the gut, here they go. Pass in front, and he denies that great opportunity there. St. Louis continues to trail here early in period number 2 despite dominating in the shots department. And they win the offensive zone faceoff, and here we go. And he hits one of his own teammates with that shot. Steps across the line and on the attack down the right side. Slides it diagonally to Thomas. Oh, he gets a little nasty with that collision.
And that collision is going to create puck possession. You have to separate body from puck. Coaches love these plays, right? You're not the one that's necessarily going to gain possession, but you're going to create it.
Here's a shot. Long jam in front. That's broken up. St. Louis steps inside. The Bruins gain possession along the wall. Jostling for the puck, and it's knocked away. Grabs control of it at the point. The Bruins have it in the offensive end. Here's a feed in front, and that chance is blocked. Slides the puck to Thomas. The Bruins get a hold of it. It's a contact sport, people. There's proof right there. And now it's over to Steves. Fires it on net, and that's broken up. Feeds it over to Thomas. The Blues looking against the half wall. Can't connect as it goes off the stick. Goaltender covers it up. We get a whistle to slow things down.
Let's have a look at that last hit. I mean, that was absolutely huge, James. You know that this is a momentum changer. You can see the bench erupt with that one.
We haven't even hit the midway mark of the period. It's a one-goal hockey game. 3-2 is where we sit. Thomas wins the draw. They'll look to set up here offensively. Angles it over to Kostelic. He carries the puck up along the wing. What a stop as he puts it! He rings the post! Scores! They came, they saw, they took advantage of the rebound and scored.
You gotta love the way the play stays alive on his stick here, James. And it's a drive, it's a willingness. It's almost as if in this shift you knew that he was going attack. And he attacks the space once he gains it by winning the loose puck battle, and it results in his goal.
The Bruins are enjoying things in twos. Here in period number 2, they've gone up by 2, Cheryl.
There's been a lot of twos, James, and they'd love to get another couple goals to really pad the stats and increase their lead. But right now it's about habits, not giving their opponent any life in this game.
Picks up the puck in his own end. And he takes the feed.
Oh, he just got enough of that to keep it out.
Boston's trying to make something happen in the offensive zone.
Moves it to the middle.
And he shuts down a great scoring chance there. Lets it go. Denies it again. Here we go. They've really ratcheted up the intensity here now in the O-zone. There's a hit on the play. Puck dumped in. Boston's got possession of the puck. Up the neutral zone now. Here's a short pass to Husnutinov. And he's got that one. Picked up along the wall by Kessel. Slides the cross-ice pass. Shot from the point.
Oh, that just skips over the net. What a chance there, Pounder.
Well, he was in tight, but he wasn't able to convert. You could just see those hands close to his body.
Carries the puck up through center. From the left side into the middle of the neutral zone.
Oh, he cracks it perfectly in the offensive end.
The Bruins take possession in the defensive end. Moves it quickly over to Husnutinov. And that's off a stick. St. Louis has it against the half wall. Boston's got the puck. And now it's grabbed by Leroy. Trying to get the puck out of his own end. And they get it done. Works it across to Saka. Gains the zone along the right wall. Puck picked up by Tucker. I don't think anybody was hanging on to the puck after that hit. Moves it to Leroy. And that's just out of reach. That's broken up in the neutral zone.
Boston's working hard in all areas of the ice. Defense is structure, and it needs to happen in all 3 zones. When you're talking about stick positioning, you're doing a great job of taking away passes.
St. Louis gains a hold of it. Tries to feed it over to Kyrou. Can't get it to go. The Blues gain possession. Picked up along the boards by Jeannot. Shuts him down. There's the whistle as the puck is frozen up.
Let's have another look at that monster of a hit there, James. You got to love it. You have to have great timing, and you got to know when your opponent's vulnerable.
Inching closer to the midway mark of this period. It's a 2-goal lead here tonight. 4-2 is where we're sitting. St. Louis is taking possession off the draw on their own end. That knocks him off the puck. St. Louis takes hold of the puck. And they'll dump it in. Here in the corner, he grabs the puck.
Passes it over. Denies him on the one-timer. Oh, what reaction.
Steps inside the line. Good reach to the stick to knock the puck away. Sends the cross-ice pass. Down the left wing and into the offensive zone. Oh, excellent use of the stick as he knocks that one away. Sends it deep inside the offensive zone. Receives the pass. The Bruins get a hold of the puck in their own end. Dumps the puck in. St. Louis gets the puck near the boards. Through the open ice, they're picking up steam. Grabbing the open ice by Torchenko. The Bruins look to start the transition game. Grabbed along the boards by Lindholm. Gets the puck in deep. St. Louis has it behind the cage. And tries to make a diagonal pass to Kyrou. Takes the feed, but under pressure. A spirited battle along the boards for the puck. Taken by Peak. Oh, and a smart heads-up play with the bank pass. They've got the defense outnumbered. Turns that one away.
Binnington's been excellent tonight, James. I mean, the score could be a lot worse. The save percentage is great. He's doing everything to keep his team in it. They need to shore up their defensive end and get going north.
Quick pass across to Kiki. Grabs the puck. Nice zone entry from the middle. Quick pass to Kiki. Here they come on the attack down the right side. Whacks it into the offensive zone. Take it along the wall by Lowride. The Bruins have it now. Boston's moving it into the offensive end. Puck grab by Huzmatinov. And a great save. Slides it on over to Kyrou. Slides the puck across to Thomas. Can't pull the trigger. Takes the feed. Huzmatinov stick handling in his own zone. Here we go, on-man rush. Feeds it over on the attack. Gives them nothing in front.
Goaltenders work so much on their reaction time, and man, this is just a clinic right now as he flashes the glove and makes the save.
Well past the midway mark of this period, the Bruins have some breathing room as they lead by a pair. It's 4-2. The Blues get a hold of the puck in their own end. Moves it over to Sundqvist. Takes it across the blue line. Puck moved over to Folk. Slides it across to Sundqvist. Great poke check on the reach. The Bruins gain control of the puck against the wall. And he'll take a moment to regroup back at center. Lugs the puck into the offensive zone corner. Huge play in his own end to come up with the puck. Here's a chance to make something happen inside the neutral zone. Good hit on the play. Makes the save.
As a shooter, you want to get the goaltender moving laterally, so that is executed check. Unfortunately, the goaltender anticipated that.
And he's in on a breakaway. Scores! Oh, wow! That's how you finish a breakaway.
Yeah, no double pumping on this one. He knew exactly what he was going to do, saw the daylight, and took it, James, for the finish. He gets rewarded with a goal on this shift, but it all starts with the initial contact to get possession, and guess who started it? He did. I mean, he was set out on a mission this shift. Mission accomplished.
St. Louis has suddenly reminded everyone there's a lot of time left in this one, Cheryl.
And I'm not sure what was said between the first and second, James, but something was, because they're physically and emotionally engaged in this one, and they've got themselves within one.
Takes it out of the offensive zone and back to center. Avoids the defender. That goes wide. Blocked in front. St. Louis gains control of the puck. And a smart heads-up play with the bank. And uses the length of his stick to knock that puck away. Quick feed to Lindholm. Boston's got it in their own zone. Oh, look at this chance. Boston's got possession here in the offensive zone. Up along the wing. Oh, had a chance to make a nice move, and the puck disagreed with him. Long reach breaks up the momentum. Scooped up along the wall by Chanel. And a huge stop by the goaltender at point-blank range.
When the puck's in the low slot, the goaltender gets right out next to the shooter and makes the save.
And he makes the easy save. Looks to make a play over to Beecher. They put the puck into the offensive end. The Blues will play it from the defensive zone. Gaining momentum along the wing. Shot and makes the save. And he comes up big again.
Man, is he ever quick on his feet, anticipating the play. Excellent reflexes. He's saving his team right now.
More than half the period has gone by. Hope you're enjoying this one. Boston's got a one-goal lead here. They're up 4-3. And they take possession after the defensive zone faceoff. Here's a short pass to Beecher. And still using the stick to put the puck away. The Bruins have it from their own end.
anticipating the play, and that's why the puck is on their stick. They're intercepting pucks all game long. They got to make good on them. They've got to transfer it, head north, and start cashing in.
Fires it into the offensive zone. Boston's gained possession along the boards. Working the puck deep inside their own end. The Blues have a hold of it in the defensive zone. The Bruins scoop it up along the boards. Oh, what a stop by Binnington.
Goaltender spent so much time doing tracking exercises, and it's utilized right here as he knows where this puck is coming from, and he makes the save.
Picked up along the wall by Espero. And a stick in the lane ends that threat. Big time stop there.
This is a fantastic save, James. He's all over it. What I mean by that is he knows exactly where it is and where it's moving. The reason why he can get square to it and make the save.
Play blown dead. Let's get the call. Parayko's called for tripping. He's off to the box.
It's tough to be behind the 8 ball in the PK when you're trailing by 1. Sometimes it feels like wasted time, James. It's not wasted, though. You got to get back to even strength and maybe even add a power kill in there as well. Generate some momentum.
Man advantage unit is set.
First power play opportunity of the game. You know they've worked on this in practice. The setup, the look that they want. Let's see how they move the puck around the perimeter and look to attack.
Slides it diagonally to Bushnevich. And that's off a stick. Handles the pass. To his teammate. St. Louis gains possession shorthanded. The Blues move the puck in the defensive zone. Swatted out of midair. Takes the pass from the left wing. Moves it quickly over to Chanot. Boston's on the attack. Takes a shot. Fox lugging the puck. Moves it to Chanot. From the right side and up the middle. Takes the puck at the point. Here's a shot. Oh, how did he get a piece of that? Gets it out of his own end. The Bruins get a hold of the puck along the boards. Boston's got it in their own zone. Quick pass to Steves. Boston's got control of it now here in the offensive end.
And it's so important when you're on the power play to have precise execution of your passes and you're able to move the covers. That's exactly what they did, and they're able to convert. My opinion, these are the types of goals that eventually win championships. Hard-nosed playing, the grit and the tenacity to fight for those rebounds. It ain't pretty, but it gets the job done.
Boston's been dominating the pace of play all night, and Cheryl, they've now extended this lead to 2.
It's been a dominant performance, James, right from the puck drop. And now they'll be heading into the intermission. They'll want to make sure that they reset. You know their coaching staff is going to be telling them, listen, right from the third period on, we got to find a way to finish, execute, and continue what we started.
Getting into the later stages of this period, Boston's got a 2-goal lead. They'd love to build on it. Play resumes here as he wins the draw inside the offensive zone. Denies him. He got all of it. And he takes the dish. Gains the zone through center. The Bruins gain possession in their own end. Now over to Husnutinov. Slides the puck ahead to Falk. Oh, we'll get some tired defenders as icing is the call. The Bruins want to take this lead into the second intermission as they continue to put lots of pucks to the net. And off the draw, they'll take possession.
That's a huge draw by the center, James, coming off an icing. You know you need a change. You got to find a way to win that and get out of your zone.
Slides the puck across to Husnutinov. Directed over to Pasternak. Puck scooped up by Kyrou. Good heads-up defensive play as he extends the stick. The Blues take possession here in the open ice. Shot! Sacrifices Ustinov. Carries it into the offensive end up the middle. Gets the full use of his stick on the poke check. Quick feed to Pasternak. Slides the puck over. The Blues gain control of the puck. Good stand-up hit on the play. Feeds the puck across to Beecher. Look at this down the right wing. They're on the attack. And now it's to Thomas. And he loses both the puck and his balance after that hit. Takes the feed in the middle of the ice. Works it across to Blumel. There's the whistle as the puck goes up and over the glass. Just here in the late stages of this frame, 5-3 is where we sit. Bugstad's one possession. Here's a sprint for the loose puck. Moves it quickly over to Joseph. And he takes the feed. Boston's got the puck along the wall. Nice connection on the cross-ice pass. Along the side, here they come through the neutral zone. Tries to dangle and the puck skips away.
Minton's such a great player, James. He's got great hands and in-tight skill, but just that extra move there, it's a tricky one, and he gets lost in it.
Moves around along the half wall. Quick shot! Oh, what a panic save by Swayman! Boston's generated a lot of quality scoring chances, which is why they lead here late in the second. The Blues win the draw. The Bruins take over on possession. The Blues gain control of it. And now they look to make something happen from the neutral zone. Tries to feed it over to Steves. Boston's got a hold of the puck. Exploring options here inside the defensive zone. There's the whistle. Offside is the call. Official signals for the players to get into position, and we're about ready to drop the puck. And off the draw at center, they take control of the puck. Puts it on net. Comes up with a stop. Goaltender covers up. We got a stoppage in play. The Blues win it in the defensive zone. Here they come. Along the boards, they battle for the puck back and forth. Takes the feed from the left side. Here's a chance. And that tears off a body in the lane. Binnington's got the puck, and he's going to hang on. In the final moments of this period, the Bruins holding down a 5-3 lead in what has been a fun one for hockey fans to watch tonight. Second period here into its final minute here. Binnington's going to hang on to the puck for a whistle. The Bruins came into this one with one thought on mind. Lots of pucks to the net, and they continue to lead here late in the second. And that goes off someone in front and doesn't reach the net. Here's a short pass to Saka. And now it's grabbed by Fowler. Great use of the body to knock him off the puck. Here's a pass down low. Feeds it over. And he comes up with it. Oh, and he whiffs on it. Straight up the middle. Here they come. Puck picked up by Yokiharu. And that's stolen by Buchnevich. Moves it to Kiki. Gaining momentum up along the side. Here's a pass to the middle. Oh, he comes up with a stop. Blumel's working it around in the corner. Makes the save again.
That's a fantastic sequence of saves there, James. He was so dialed in, he tracked it perfectly.
Quick pass to Minton. And there's the save. Puck is frozen, and we get a stoppage in play. Face-off coming up. They can smell blood here, I think.
Yeah, they need to put their foot on the gas pedal because they recognize that the goaltender, he was under siege, James, and he really didn't get a chance to get much rest.
Quick feed to Parayko. Tries to get the puck over to Holloway. Oh, I thought he was going to be beaten, and he somehow got a piece of that. Oh, lucky break for the shooter as it goes off the inside of the iron and stays out.
Eastonon's found his rhythm in this game and his shot mentality here. He takes this one and he just rips it off the post. That's a tough one. I thought he had it. The goaltender looked like the angle was off, but apparently not.
Both teams are set. They're ready to drop the puck. Quick shot off the draw. Here's a blast! And there's the horn, bringing an end to period number 2. Still 20 minutes more of action in the third. Stick around.
Present your ticket stub from tonight's game and receive up to 10% off of your meal at Bunsville Burgers Family Restaurants.
fired up, and I know you're fired up for the third period. Here we go. Period number 3 is underway. I wonder if things tighten up because both ends of the ice have been pretty loose. Lots of offense so far. Okay, we played 2/3 of this one here tonight. What do you make of what you've seen in this one?
St. Louis has had a poor start to the game, James. Right from the onset, right through 2 periods of play, they just haven't managed the puck at all. When you puck possess, you have to have quick post support. They haven't had it on either side of the puck.
Takes a shot, and the traffic neutralizes that threat. Turned aside with a play by Binnington. St. Louis has the puck. Gaining speed through center, and here they come on the attack. Read it perfectly and breaks up the play. Scores! And a quick strike here puts them right back into this one.
Well, the game opens up here now, James, as they're within 1, and if they can continue this press, they can get the equalizer. You got to believe that they can do it right now as you feel the momentum shift. Oh, James, goalies get really angry about these ones. You have a defensive zone turnover. You could be out of your zone. Instead, the goalie's caught out of position, and the puck's in the back of your net.
The Blues have made this a one-goal game here in the third.
Might be the final dance in the third period, but there is a lot of runway as this team is on fire right now. And you saw that with that last goal. As they're within striking distance, you can feel the energy. It's just popping out of them right now.
Gains the zone from the right side. Huge steal in his own end. Moves the puck into the attacking area. And he takes the pass. The Blues gain possession. St. Louis is in the offensive zone. Boston's got control of the puck. Through pass ahead. Good check, frees the puck up. Dumps it in. Moves the puck. Fultz taking it from his own end. Moves it quickly over to Suter. Oh, great kick save.
Suter's made an incredible play there, James. He stumbles in front of the net, but finds the puck and could have lost it, but manages to stay with it enough to get a shot off.
Passes on over to Tucker. Takes it across the blue line. From the point, looks to make something happen. From one point man to another. Denies him on a slobber. Moves the puck up to Steves. Taken by Janot. Fires it. And the goaltender comes up with a piece of it to keep it out of the net.
Binnington's in such great position. He's able to redirect that puck to safety right to the corner.
Here's a shot. And that's blocked in traffic. Yoki-Haru's got it along the boards. Along the half wall with the puck. From behind the net. And it's kicked away. Rips it and rips it. Denies him on the one-timer. The Bruins have certainly subscribed to the quantity theory offensively tonight. They lead it and have been busier in the offensive zone. Boston's going to start with the puck inside the offensive zone. Turns him away. Tosses it on to Joseph. Puck grab by Tucker. Fires it on net. Reaches out and pokes it away. Right off Main Street and on the attack. He grabs the puck here at the point. Scores! So that's number 2, Pounder.
Yeah, he's been all over the puck tonight. He's feeling it. He's confident. You gotta believe he's gonna be looking for that. A real great job by the net front player here. Looking back, seeing where the eyes of the goaltender are and moving accordingly. But if you're the goaltender, you gotta out-battle the net front player. You gotta find a way to bob and weave and to stop that puck.
The Bruins have gone up by 2 now here in the third, and boy, do they look good.
That's sending a message. advantage right to start the third period, isn't it, James? Listen, you're dictating the pace in all different areas of the ice. You come out in the third, you get another one. That's a great way to start third.
Sends a pass over. Bluebell's got it into offensive territory. Quick pass across to Steves. Stones him on the one-timer. Stuffs him again. St. Louis moves ahead with the puck. Shot! And he shuts the door on that. Boston's got a hold of it against the wall. From the open ice, they gain the line. The Blues get a hold of the puck. Loses his balance on the play. Keeps got the puck in his own zone. Slides it diagonally to Costello. Takes the feed at center and moves up ahead. Angles it over to Torchenko. Down the left wing, they gain the zone. Great use of the twig as he puts that one away. Trying to get the puck out of his own end. Oh, and that's kept in at the line and blocked.
This is a really tough one. You got to be strong on your stick, and you got to make sure that you get it outside into the neutral zone, especially when everyone's moving forward.
With possession along the wall. Pass in front, and that's stopped. Picked up along the boards by Kiki. There's back-to-back saves.
You can certainly tell that the goaltender is dialed in on that last sequence of saves, James. He's to position, so he finds a way to make multiple saves back-to-back.
The Bruins have it from their own end. They're picking up steam through the neutral zone. And they'll go the other way with it. Great play by Kiki.
Boston's been working hard away from the puck, and they're using their awareness to take away angles and seams. And this is something they're doing with their stick positioning. Coach talked about it pre-game, how important it was going to be.
St. Louis has it in the defensive end. Boston's got the puck. Works it across to Minton. Into the offensive end now. Here's a short pass to Minton. Spectacular stop by the goaltender. How did he hang on to that?
Swayman's been a difference maker tonight here, James. And if you look at the sequence of saves, making the ones that you have to, right? The timeliness of it, finding ways to keep the puck out, and that just infuses confidence throughout the entire group. And you can often see it in the next shift after a big save.
Boston's turned good defense into good offense as they lead it early in this third period. St. Louis has the puck here off the faceoff. And it gives it over to Kessel. Here they come inside the neutral zone. Poked away by Pasternak. That's not going to fool him. Moves it to Kiki. Right up the gut into the attacking zone. Quick pass to Kessel. Gains the zone from the right. Boston's got control of it now from their own end. Pass back to the point. Here's a shot. And that banks off a stick. Lorai's got it in the defensive end. Quick feed to Espero. Oh, love the defensive stick work there to poke that one away. Handles the puck. Gets a piece of it and will play on.
I really like this save, James, because he challenges the shooter who's all alone in the slot area. He turns aside a real dangerous opportunity.
Boston's got the puck in the defensive end. Lorai's got it against the boards. And he totally whiffs on that one. Denies him.
The shots come from the middle of the ice, and he has some beat on it, but he's ready and waiting for it. He's to position, and he makes the save.
The Bruins have looked good tonight, especially offensively here in this third period. And they'll start with possession. Quick feed down low. St. Louis takes hold of the puck. Boston's got the puck in their own end. Tries to make that cross-ice feed. Slides it to Steves. Moves it quickly over to Blumel. Drives it to the crease. Fantastic save.
This is a really to the top of the crease, square to the puck to be able to make that save. Great job.
Blocked in traffic. Blumel's moving the puck through his own zone. Picking up ahead of steam on the breakaway. He scores! A stone-cold finish on the breakaway.
And that's the bottom line, because it's in the back of the net, James. What a counterattack and brilliant speed to get on his horse and get in on the breakaway, James. And that momentum, it carries right through on his shot, and he puts it home.
Boston's been running away with this one since the beginning of the game, and no signs of slowing down in the third.
It's been a productive night, and this is one of those games that gives everyone confidence. And this is important for your lineup as everyone gets it, as they feel like they're contributing.
And he sidesteps the check there. Here they come on the attack. Deep pass ahead. He scores! Off the pipe and pulls from the try.
Well, it's a game of inches, isn't it? And this time, those inches, they work in his favor. They go right into the net. What a beautiful play as they catch their opponent flat-footed on transition, and they create the numerical advantage. Odd man rush, perfectly executed. Speed, puck movement, and of course, finish.
The Bruins probably don't want this game to end the way things have gone here. I know we're in period number 3, but Cheryl, what a night.
Yeah, it's been terrific right from puck drop, and they've been consistent throughout the game, and consistency is always a word that coaches talk about. If they can finish this off with this nice lead, that's the word the coach is going to be preaching after the game.
Jostles the puck loose. Grabs the puck in the corner. Oh, that's a huge stop by Bennington.
He's been showing the different layers to his game with a multiple point night here, James. Just knowing how to distribute, just having an uncanny sense of where the puck is and where it's going to be, and that's anticipation. When you have that kind of ability, you know you're going to put up some decent numbers.
Boston's been way more active here tonight on the ice, and they have certainly capitalized on their opportunities and continue to lead in the third. The Blues win the draw here, their own end. Sends the pass over. Through the neutral zone now, picking up steam. Kyrou's got the puck. Reaches out and uses the stick. Boston's got him along the wall. Loses. Oh, quick move, he's in! Denied by the Tendy. Oh, he stopped it on the breakaway.
Well, call it a stare down, a showdown, whatever you want. Maybe he's got a book on the shooter because he's able to stop this puck on the breakaway. That's a magnificent one.
Boston's been on a roll all night long, and they continue to lead in the third. St. Louis with a big defensive zone faceoff. Here's a short pass to Bjugstad. They've got numbers here, and he gets in front of it. Puck is frozen, and we'll get a faceoff. Puck possession so critical in today's game, and the official ready to drop the puck right here. Puck is dropped, and he wins the draw here in the defensive zone. Boston's looking to break out. Moves it to Pasternak. The Blues look to start the transition game. Torchenko's crossed the line and gained the zone. Great defensive effort with the stick. Feeds the puck to Pasternak. Here's an odd-man rush. Stopped by the goaltender, getting a piece of that one. Passes over to Joseph. And he cuffs it.
too fancy with the puck there, and as a result, he loses it.
Puck scooped up by Kostelic. Boston's across the blue line. In close. Blocked away by Binnington.
The goaltender has to be able to anticipate the play, and he does just that. Gets square to the shooter in the low slot and makes the save.
Boston's played arguably their most complete game of the season based on how they have delivered shots on net and lead here big time in the third. Corrali's won the draw here in the offensive zone. And the puck stopper jumps on top of it to get a stoppage in play. Boston's got the edge in the shot department, a big reason why they lead here in this third period. Locks them up on the draw as they take possession. St. Louis looks to break out in their own end. The Blues played along the boards. And now he moves it to Corrali. Here's a chance on the attack. Solid hit on the play. The Blues take it across the line. Shot! Stops him cold. Quick pass to Steves. Picked off by Beecher. Toss up the puck after that hit. The Bruins take possession here in the open ice. And that one's stopped. In front of the net, the goaltender covers up for a whistle on the play. Looks like lineups are set and they're ready to get things back underway. And they win the draw in the offensive zone, and they go to work. Great heads-up play with the stick by Buchnevich. Steps across the blue line. The Bruins have a hold of it in the defensive zone.
What an entertaining game, James. A lot of goal calls for you as it's been back and forth action in the offensive zones. Not much defensive structure to this one as everyone's looking to attack.
The Blues will play it in their own end. And they'll battle for that loose puck along the boards. Boston's got the puck along the wall. St. Louis gains a hold of it. The Blues are on the attack. Rocked them! Boston's got the puck along the boards. From along the walls, they're gaining momentum. St. Louis has it in their own zone. Moves the puck over to Holloway. And he loses control here. Shot! Denies him with the save. Binnington's going to hang on for a whistle.
Wow, James, I mean, not everyone can elicit a thunderous hit like that. I mean, he just clobbered his opponent.
The Bruins offense has been the story tonight as they continue to lead big time in the third. Shooters won the faceoff. Slides the puck across to Holloway. Takes a shot. Oh, he didn't get all of it, but just enough to keep it out of the net. Here's a blast. Oh, he put it just wide as it hits the outside of the post.
The Bruins are looking for some much-needed offense, and they get it. They get a great look, and it just goes off the post. You can see the frustration in the entire bench. You have to capitalize if they want to win back in this game.
Here's a shot. That's turned away with the pad by Binnington. We got a whistle as the puck's frozen.
Tucker's got a quick set of hands, and man, did he ever disguise that shot, but he rings it off of the bar. I mean, that's a tough one. I thought he had it.
The Bruins continue to lead here in the third, listening to their coach's message. Lots of pucks on net. Saka's won the faceoff, and now let's see what they can do. Blocked, and he may have just stopped the goal.
I think he did, James. I mean, you got to protect the house, especially when it's a great thrill shot like that, and he finds a way to get in front of that and quick.
Tosses in for Caillou. Shot! Stopped with ease. The Bruins gain possession. The zone. Feeds it on over to Tucker. And now it's grabbed by Zaka. St. Louis looks to move the puck from their own end. And a good heads-up defensive play in the open ice.
Boston's been stifling their opponent all game long. Just they're right up in their face. They're turning over pucks. They're finding ways to interrupt the play. And, wow, they're going forward quick and in a hurry. And they're just dominating the scoreboard.
Moves it to the offensive zone. And he puts that one aside with ease. The Bruins gain possession along the wall. Gaining momentum along the wing. The Blues gain possession in their own end. And now he angles it across to Sundqvist. Read it perfectly and breaks up the play. St. Louis takes over the puck. And he passes it up ahead to Sundqvist. Quick shot! And he turned that one aside.
Well, a nice save by the goaltender, and even better is that he redirects the puck to the corner to safety.
Quick feed to Yokiharu. Through the neutral zone up along the wing. Puck picked up by Minton. And the lane's clogged up, blocking that. The Blues take the puck through the neutral zone. The Bruins take possession in the defensive end. Taken by Minton. Carrying the puck deep inside his own end. And now he tries to get it across to Blumel. And tries to make a diagonal pass to Bjugstad. And they turn it over in the neutral zone. Taken along the wall by Falk. The Bruins have it from their own end. Tries to feed it over to Blumel. Takes the pass. Moves it quickly over to Holloway. Puts it on net. And is able to handle that one. The Bruins have it now. Looks to get the puck over to Yokiharu. Scores! We'll get those rally caps on.
Everyone's going to need to have one on. It's going to be a team collective contribution if they want to get back in this one. But it all starts with one goal. If they can layer it, find a way to get another one quickly, you never know.
Certainly down, but not out completely yet. The Blues don't really have time on their side here, but at least they've got something to push with.
Yeah, really tough hole to climb out of, but certainly that one goal will give them a little bit of a lift. It's respectable.
Great extension on his part to poke it away. Here's a short pass to Bushnevich. Handles the puck at the point. What a stop! We'll get a face-off after the puck stays covered up. Boston showing no signs of slowing down here in this third period, up big time. And they take possession off the draw here in their own end. The Bruins have it now. Looking to set up offensively. Boston's got the puck against the boards. The Bruins have it on the offensive end. Binnington's going to give everyone a chance to breathe and hang on to the puck. Boston's attempt to put more pucks on net has paid off as they lead it in the third. The Blues win the draw on their own end. On their heels, trying to clear. And it's taken by a teammate and stays in. Here they come up along the wing. Takes a shot, and he makes the save. Through center along the wing. Sends it into the offensive zone. The Blues have it against the wall. Great stretch pass as he connects. And now it's over to Kyrou. And that was read perfectly. What a play by Lindholm. The Blues have a hold of it in the defensive zone. Moves it to Lindholm. Takes the feed. Oh, great play to use the wall handling the pass. Louis plays the puck from the corner. Both sides mixed up for that battle for the puck along the wall. Lindholm stick handling in his own zone. St. Louis gets the puck into boards. And he takes the feed. Quick pass to Tucker. Boston's got the puck inside the defensive zone. Goes right to the crease. Decides to think about it. Dishes it off. And that goes off a player in front. Oh, he had the answer on that one. And sends it just out of reach. Here's a chance. Oh, he kind of struggled with that one, but he got just enough to keep it out. Into the offensive zone. The Bruins gain control of the puck against the wall. Gaining momentum along the wing. Slips by the check. Oh, how did he stop that? What a save by Bennington. Takes the feed at the back end. Right through center and into the offensive zone. Sackers got him along the boards. Quick feed to Pasternak. Oh, it goes off the outside of the post. St. Louis is across the blue line. Nice stick work to knock the puck loose. The Bruins gain control of the puck. Through center. St. Louis takes possession of the puck. Right side set up ahead into the middle of the ice. Boston's looking to break out of their own end. Here they come through center and into the offensive end. Oh, comes up with a stop. Quick shot. That's blocked. Scooped up along the wall by Pasternak. Here's a blast. Makes the save. Cool and calm under pressure. Again the denial by the goaltender.
He's got to find a way to physically and emotionally engage without his fists, James. I mean, you know how effective and how valuable he is when he's on the ice. I mean, look at that scoring chance he just generated.
Puts it in deep. The Bruins scoop it up along the boards. Along the side, here they come through the neutral zone. Fires it, and that climbs off the air.
The Bruins have been on the right side of the puck in this game, James, and they'll be in the lead by a score.
A Bruins goal!
This shift is more than just a goal, James. It's about everything that tied into it. Relentless pressure, being tenacious. And you know the coaches will be showing this kind of video in practice tomorrow. Why? Because it was a collective unit that was fierce on the puck, and they knew exactly when to drive the lanes. They just simply wore their opponent down and capitalized.
The Bruins are having themselves a night, and they probably don't want this one to end, Pounder.
Nah, I wouldn't. If you're padding the stats and you're putting up these kind of numbers, I mean, from start to finish, they've imposed their will on their opponent.
Picked up along the wall by Geeky. Moves it quickly over to Husteltinov. Oh, and he somehow got a little piece of it, and it stays out of the net. Denies him in front. And they'll get a breather as the goaltender covers it up. Boston's coaches have to be pleased with what they've seen tonight. No shortage of scoring opportunities and no shortage of goals. The Blues take possession off the faceoff. Trying to clear from the defensive zone. Here's a short pass to Broberg. The Blues play it along the boards. Don't reach their stick to knock the puck away. Boston's got it in their own zone. Quick pass to Beecher. Oh, and some smooth skating to lose a defender there. There's a shot. Turned aside with the glove by Bennington. Boston's not far from the finish line here as they lead it late in this third. Corrales got it, and they'll go in the attack here in the offensive zone. And that goes long.
Oh, that that's a really tough shot. You won't be frustrated with it, James, but I really like the position he got to. I mean, it's hard work to get to the middle of the ice, and he gets there with good timing.
And he's got the answer for that one.
Rebound control is critical in the game of hockey, putting it to the corner, and now the offensive player has to hound the puck.
And that's blocked away. And there's the save. And the puck stopper hangs on to get a breather here for the team. And we're moments away from getting back underway here with the puck drop. And less than a minute to go finally in this one. Makes the save. The Blues get a hold of the puck along the boards. Tries to get it over to Holloway. And makes the routine save. Can't keep a hold of it. The Blues will play from the defensive zone. St. Louis plays it along the wing. Deflected away. Nice defensive use of the stick there. From behind his own net. Moves the puck from off the back pass. St. Louis takes possession of the neutral zone. Moves it around along the half wall. And the goalie covers up for the whistle. Boston's offense has put on a show tonight, and here they are in blowout mode late in the third. The Bruins win the defensive zone faceoff. Moves it to Steves. Well, listen to these fans. You know, tickets aren't cheap. They got a packed house, and I think everybody got their money's worth. Listen to them here. Boston's offense, the story tonight as they lead it here in this third period. Offense is on face-off, and he wins the draw. Oh, and they can't keep the puck in the zone. They'll be forced to tag up. And there's the final horn, bringing this one officially to an end. The Bruins, based on the way they played, just simply wanted it more tonight, didn't they?
Well, they wanted it more. It was a consistent effort all the way around, but, I mean, they held possession of the puck. I mean, their opponent was chasing the game, and they found the back of the net. It was utter domination tonight.
And the fans are getting loud once again to salute their Warriors here, Cheryl.
Well, yeah, this is a lot of fun. I mean, this is the connection that you see between a fan base and their team, and it's a tradition, right? You come out on the ice, and you want to salute them and say thank you for providing energy throughout the game.
Thanks so much for joining us. We had a great time. Hope you did too. For all of us here at EA Sports, I'm James Cebulski. Good night.